Our next guest works for the world's largest chip maker. He's a neurodivergent father of a neurodivergent son, and I think he probably came further than anybody to get here, and we are extremely grateful. I'd like to introduce you to the Director of Solutions Engineering at Nvidia, Ozzy Johnson.
So this is great. I didn't know what exactly to expect coming into this. I felt relatable, kind of seen with some of the things Dan was saying. Felt inspired listening to Jamil. As somebody who's been accused of being an AI-generated voice, that sort of inflection, the oration, something I can only aspire to. Go, get myself together. Yeah, so as Drew noted, Director of Solutions Engineering at Nvidia. Our team develops internal AI tools, enables developers, whether that's individuals, startups, enterprises, building with Nvidia technology. As noted, I identify as neurodivergent, have family members, my son, work with many people who identify the same. Today, I'm going to explore some ways AI is creating opportunities for indie people while benefiting everyone through more accessible and inclusive workplaces. Simple agenda, going to run through a couple of definitions, then get into some real practical things, and hopefully give a little view on what may be coming next. So, what is neurodiversity? It's literally just thinking differently. And it represents at least 20% of our population, and I believe it brings unique strengths to our workplaces. So more on neurodiversity, which may be old news for many folks here, but for me, most readily manifest as intensely visual thinking, and that can be hard. I spend a lot of anxious energy turning my internal thought picture topologies, not unlike the one pictured here, into words. Here's the thing though, research shows that these differences are inherently valuable. Different perceptions and ways of forming conclusions expand the diversity of thought available to any group, whether it's a community, small company, or a large organization. Indie people bring unique perspectives and ways of thinking that complement and enhance typical approaches. To name a few of these key strengths that often emerge with indie inclusion, there's innovative problem solving. Many indie people, particularly those with ADHD, may excel at thinking flexibly, generating novel solutions. That natural tendency toward original thinking and rapid idea generation, sometimes driven by the very traits which can be viewed as challenges, like hyperactivity, impulsivity, they take on special value in fields where innovation is crucial. That includes AI development. Second, we see exceptional pattern recognition. Especially many people, especially those on the autism spectrum, demonstrate remarkable abilities in identifying complex patterns in relationships. This combined with strong objective decision-making, reduced susceptibility to biases, make it particularly valuable in fields requiring deep analysis. That can be data science or system design. And third, there's interconnected or lateral thinking. Our minds often excel at recognizing unexpected connections between seemingly unrelated concepts or domains. This ability to bridge different ideas and perspectives, commonly seen in individuals that may have dyslexia or other types of neurodivergence, is invaluable for driving innovation and discovering new applications for emerging technologies like AI. Each indie person brings a unique life experience and perspective that challenges the status quo. These fresh insights are crucial in times of transformation, and we're living through one of the most significant transformations in human history. Conventional thinking alone won't be enough to solve tomorrow's challenges. The rapid advancement and adoption of AI represents exactly that kind of change, where diverse thinking becomes invaluable. As AI reshapes every industry, we're discovering something interesting. The same technology that's driving this transformation also has unique potential to support and amplify indie strengths. Even more interesting, the accommodations that make AI more accessible to ND people lead to innovations that benefit everyone. So what is AI? And how does it create these opportunities? At its core, AI is about creating computer systems which can perform tasks that typically require human intelligence. AI systems can complete these complex tasks without being explicitly instructed for every scenario. AI works by processing vast amounts of data to identify patterns and relationships during a training or tuning process to create a model. Then comes inference, where the model uses what has been learned to make decisions or predictions when faced with new situations. This ability to learn and adapt is what sets AI apart from traditional computer systems. In healthcare, AI helps doctors spot early signs of disease in X-rays. It guides treatment decisions. It even helps researchers discover new medicines faster. In cars, AI helps prevent accidents, handles stop-and-go traffic, makes driving both safer and less stressful. In our daily lives, AI is now ubiquitous. It's in smartphone features like searching photos, typing with predictive text, or using a voice assistant. It also powers the recommendation systems which serendipitously introduce us to new music or a great movie. AI is not just a single technology, but a broad field incorporating many technologies, all aimed at creating tools to improve our lives. The fastest growing, and to me, most exciting area of AI development today are large language models, or LLMs. With LLMs, we can create AI systems capable of understanding, interpreting, and generating human language, video, music, virtually any sort of sequence to a degree which was unthinkable less than a decade ago. A few of the key characteristics which make this possible. First, scale. LLMs are trained on large data sets to capture complex patterns and relationships. Next, there's context. LLMs can comprehend and generate human quality outputs by grasping context and relationships between words and concepts. And then finally, flexibility. These LLMs perform a wide variety of tasks without being explicitly trained for each one. Notably, some of the most striking LLM capabilities, like the ability to generate creative text, summarize vast amounts of information, or even respond empathetically, were unexpected behaviors. They were not explicitly programmed. Indie thinkers who naturally approach problems from unconventional angles, or perhaps just deeply analyze word choices, I know I do, can play an integral role in furthering these emergent capabilities and applications of LLMs generally. Systems built with LLMs have huge potential to accelerate, augment, and accommodate the whole workforce, with particular benefits to ND people. Now, have some basic understanding of AI, its power, potential applications. We'll explore some practical applications at work. So what does AI mean for work and in business? Today, over half of businesses incorporate AI in at least one function. This is an increase of over 2x in just a few years. The world's moving from experimentation to production and scale with good reasons. That's efficiency and productivity. These businesses have recognized that AI systems allow employees to focus on higher value work that requires human creativity and critical thinking. I believe this is spot on, but that's just the beginning, as that creativity can be a flywheel of invention. For example, our team has created fast transcription and localization workflows which help human proofreaders to transcribe, translate, and caption our video content, like my GTC session pictured here. This frees humans from the challenging, repetitive, and error-prone work of hand transcription for a 90% reduction in human time and effort. Perhaps more importantly, it increases access to and the accessibility of our best resources for our workforce and our customers. These captions help people with hearing loss, audio processing challenges, and it offers a valuable option to anybody who might prefer to consume information in another form or at their own pace. The next step is making that newly transcribed information available to anyone who can benefit from it. So, another thing we found here, many of my people and our coworkers are spending hours, even days, just trying to find the right person to ask, let alone the right information. To address that, we invested in search, retrieval, summarization. These systems combine databases with specialized models to ensure LLMs have the most timely and relevant information for better generated responses. They understand not only documents, but presentations, software repositories, customer accounts, and other media like those transcriptions we just talked about. This makes the most of the data and resources we already have, ensuring people can find them when they need them without friction. The interface to these systems is intuitive, plain language. Just say what you're looking for. With these systems, we return hours to our teams, allowing them to focus on exploring new ideas, building relationships, and identifying the next novel opportunity. We're always seeking ways to extend these benefits to further into more people. One way to do that is agents. We're actively pursuing this to extend the benefits for conversational help and discovery. Agents are AI systems that can plan and act to solve complex problems by analyzing data and developing strategies. This plan and the resulting action can be as straightforward as choosing the right collection of documents to answer a given question, or it can involve many steps across many systems. This shift not only creates efficiency, but leads to greater mutual satisfaction for our teams and the people they work with. It helps humans self-serve and to serve better. Critically, doing this well is a challenge and hinges on starting with well-defined problems and well-understood solutions. That means do it with people first and help them work better. As a rule, AI won't fix a lack of clear process or documentation, but it is excellent at making good outcomes more consistent. And everybody would prefer to contribute to their highest ability. And AI, when well applied, creates a virtuous cycle. That cycle extends beyond just improving existing work. It's actively reshaping who can participate in creating AI solutions. This leads us into new opportunities. As these AI tools become more prevalent in the workplace, we're seeing a wonderful win-win. The same technology that make work more accessible is also making AI development itself more accessible. While traditional software development often required specialized training, AI is opening new doors through more intuitive ways of teaching computers what we want them to do. This democratization of AI development is creating opportunities for people who might have previously faced barriers to entering these technical fields. The key to this democratization is that AI has fundamentally changed how we interact with technology. Whether you're a visual thinker who excels at spotting patterns, someone who approaches problems from unique angles, or simply someone who knows exactly what tools would help you work better, AI is increasingly putting the power to create solutions in your hands. Through a concept called prompting, essentially giving the AI examples and instructions in plain language, the AI becomes a translating layer between how we naturally express our needs and what these computers can do. This allows anyone to solve problems. Concretely, some of the most useful and usable applications of AI that I've seen have come from people with no prior software development experience. For instance, I've seen a creative manager craft an entire workflow which checks for consistency with our style guides, reducing review time from days to minutes and letting them focus on creation rather than enforcement. They're combining their own expertise with AI to create tools which augment and accommodate, not automate or replace, and that's very important, their own work. So now, AI is accommodation. We've seen how AI can change work. Now I'll talk a bit about the intersection of AI work and neurodiversity. I want to share a few technologies that can serve as powerful accommodations for ND people, creating a more inclusive and productive work environment, hopefully for everyone. So back to LLMs. LLMs are really exceptional tools for ND people. They're ready to run, accessible, and adaptable assistants. With simple questions or instructions, these assistants help with daily challenges, from finding information to organizing tasks, all while adapting to each person's unique needs. So we're going to look at 3 key ways these assistants can help, starting with access to information. So the challenge here is that many important details at work are shared through casual conversations, sometimes unspoken social cues. For ND people, this informal exchange can be challenging to navigate. AI assistants offer a direct, pressure-free way to get the information you need when you need it. There's no social decoding required. It can also help with clarified communication. You can think of AI as your personal communication coach. It helps translate your thoughts into clear messages and decode what others are saying. So say you need to make an email more professional, or maybe you want to understand the subtle meaning in a colleague's message. Simply ask the AI to help. For example, I often use this simple prompt: help me rewrite this to be clear, professional, and friendly using plain language. Somebody who tends to verbosity, this is great for me. The AI then helps adjust the tone and clarity while keeping my meaning intact. This takes the guesswork out of the workplace communication. It's especially helpful when navigating those social subtleties or complex interactions. It can also help with making big tasks manageable. For many indie people, executive function challenges, I know I have many of these, like planning, prioritizing, and time management, can make complex projects feel overwhelming. AI can act as a personal organizer, breaking down big tasks into clear, doable steps. The process is straightforward. Describe the project to the AI, and it helps create a plan that fits individual thinking styles and paces. This could be achieved with another prompt, something like, help me create a plan to expand the following outline into a concise discussion of AI in the workplace. Or, help me identify improvements to the structure and clarity of this talk for overall flow. Whether someone needs a detailed step-by-step instructions or a high-level overview, AI is readily adaptable to their preferred way of working and turns overwhelming tasks into achievable goals. One of my favorite examples of this in action is Goblin Tools by Bram de Boiser. Hopefully I pronounced that right. In this picture, you can see how Goblin Tools would be great help in structuring a talk like the one I'm giving right now. Give it a try at goblin.tools. Next up, text-to-speech and speech-to-text. These technologies serve as powerful digital accommodations that support indie people by offering flexible, personalized ways to process and communicate information. Some of the benefits: customization of language processing. People often have varying preferences for language processing, whether it's auditory or visual. These tools can be personalized to adjust speaking speed, voice pitch, word choices. This allows users to engage with content in a way that aligns with their cognitive style, aligns with their preference. This helps reduce their load, enabling better comprehension and retention of information. It's also support for alternative communication styles. Some people may experience challenges with verbal communication. Speech-to-text tools can provide an alternative method to engage in meetings or conversation without the pressure of real-time verbal participation. Text-to-speech, in turn, helps individuals who struggle with reading comprehension or visual processing issues by transforming written content into a more accessible auditory format. And then finally, real-time sensory management. Many indie people may experience sensory sensitivities that can make communication stressful. That same text-to-speech software can provide a more manageable way to listen to information without being overwhelmed by, simple variations in a human voice or maybe environmental noise. I know that when a meeting or a place gets too loud, I can't hear. It just goes away. It also allows for silent communication, giving individuals control over when and how they process that auditory input. It makes a sensory-friendly alternative. I, for instance, transcribe and summarize with Copilot and Microsoft Teams basically every day. Another tool, which I'm particularly fond of, is 11 Reader, which I've pictured here. It's one of the first text-to-speech tools I found flexible enough to really work for me, and I find that I retain more when listening during a walk or even listening and following along visually, like what's pictured here. And while these current tools are already transforming how we interact with information, I think they're just the beginning. The real excitement lies in how these technologies are evolving to become even more natural and hopefully more intuitive. So what's next? The tools we've discussed, LLMs, text-to-speech, are powerful, but they're still primarily working with one mode of communication at a time. One new frontier in AI is about breaking down these barriers between different types of information and different types of interaction. So the next wave of AI development we're seeing is probably focused on creating more sophisticated and flexible systems that combine multiple types and sources of information. Agents, that open-ended system we touched on earlier, are where that integration is happening now. We want these systems to be straightforward to build, and we want them to be reliable to use. To that end, we're publishing patterns we call blueprints, which help you construct complete systems and make agent outputs more reliable. Likewise, we want these systems to be more flexible, allowing you to interact with them in whichever way works best for you and through multimodality. This could mean asking a question by typing, talking, or taking a picture of something. I think this is huge for accessibility. It's technology that can help people perceive and communicate about the world better. It's another translating layer for a more integrated and inclusive world. One great example of this is our own NVLM from our research team. This is one of our latest models. It combines vision and language. You can think of NVLM as an AI that can both see and read. It can understand text, understand images, read text within them, and recognize how things are arranged in space. What's fascinating is what we learned while building it. Just like how diversity strengthens our teams, we discovered that diversity in training makes AI smarter. Instead of simply feeding NVLM more data, we carefully selected diverse, high-quality examples. The result is that NVLM got better at everything, not just handling images, but even the pure text tasks. This has huge implications for accessibility, as you can imagine. Imagine an AI that could help describe visual information in natural language, or help navigate visual interfaces through conversation. It's another step toward making technology adapt to how different people process information. Now, whether you're curious about these cutting-edge developments or just looking to improve your daily workflow, I think there's a path forward for everyone. So now getting started. You might be well on your way to incorporating AI into your life and work already, possibly even using some of the tools we've discussed, but if you're just beginning this journey, you're probably wondering how to take the first steps. So I'm going to share some practical ways to start, no matter your technical background or your experience level. So one of the first, our Deep Learning Institute. And I believe we have some credits available for everybody. Thank you, Drew. So DLI offers instructor-led workshops, self-paced courses, anything from less than an hour to a full day. Many of these are available entirely free. Of course, we're not alone. You can find resources all over the place. Some great ones from fast.ai, deeplearning.ai, Stanford, MIT, many more. Doesn't matter where you start, just start. Once you're ready to build with what you've learned, we've got some resources for that too. Great place for this, our API catalog. This could be understanding what underlies an application, could be building your own, or just understanding the landscape of models. You can do all that right in your browser, and regardless of the tools you choose, some straightforward, universally applicable advice I'd give. Start small, pilot projects, proofs of concept. Try to solve a problem, try to build something. Practice a process of crawl, walk, run. Identify opportunities quickly, demonstrate the value iteratively, and scale up what works. Create clear guidelines. Guidelines matter to describe explicitly what not to do, like disclosing confidential or PII to a non-private system. You also want to encourage people to use these systems well. Share tips, what works best, a great prompt, anything. You want to allow and encourage experimentation. You want to seek diverse perspectives. Similar to those amazing capabilities of LLMs, the best applications of AI in your business are going to be emergent. Feedback from across business will ensure the maximum number of opportunities are identified, and including those diverse thinkers will uncover novel possibilities and ensure comprehensive feedback. By encouraging that widespread use and experimentation, you'll simultaneously advance your work, upskill your workforce, and create more, better, inclusive outcomes. Working with these AI systems should really become as natural and comfortable as using a word processor or a search engine. That's one point that I don't think I can stress enough. Really think of AI as tools, and tools that are essential. You know, you need to be able to search Google, you want to be able to use AI. So now, as we wrap up here, I'm going to talk a bit about the future that hopefully we can envision. So we explored some about how AI is transforming the workplace, but I think its true potential lies in the ability to facilitate connection and accommodate human diversity. By embracing neurodiversity and AI together, we're not just improving efficiency, we're fostering innovation, creativity, and inclusivity for a future at a key inflection point. You can imagine a workplace where AI tools seamlessly accommodate diverse thinking styles, where indie people drive AI innovation, and where businesses thrive on the combined strengths of human diversity and artificial intelligence. That future is entirely within our reach to create. Each of you has the power to drive this change. Whether you're a business leader, a hiring manager, and/or indie yourself, your unique perspective is crucial. Therefore, I encourage you to experiment with AI tools in your daily work, advocate for neurodiversity, including in AI adoption, and create inclusive policies. As an indie person working at the forefront of AI, I'm witnessing that potential firsthand. AI is not just a technological revolution, it's really a human one. We're not just changing the way we work, we're changing the way we think, innovate, and grow as a society. The future of AI is inclusive, the future of business is diverse, and the future of innovation is ours to create. Let's all build this together. Thank you.